It was a warm and carefree day. The family was having a picnic by the lake. While the adults were setting out the food, George quietly approached the water and saw a small boat gently rocking on the waves. No one noticed when he climbed into it. A light breeze caught the boat and slowly carried it far from the shore. At first, George laughed. He waved his arms, calling for Mommy and Daddy, thinking they would see him and come running. But the shore was quickly disappearing. He tried paddling with his hands, but the boat only drifted farther away. By nightfall, fear began to creep inside him, slowly, like a chill. Then his boat struck something massive. Before him, rising out of nowhere, loomed a dark ship sinking into thick fog. Rough, icy hands grabbed George from both sides and pulled him onto the deck. It was a pirate ship. The captain, tall and seemingly carved from darkness, silently stared at him. Then George was taken below deck to perform hard labor. Trembling, George took his place, picked up a heavy oar, and began to row. Those who refused to row vanished overboard without a trace. The days blurred into an endless string of darkness. The pirates silently attacked other ships, pulling people from their decks. On the second day, George slipped on a wet plank's leg with a dull thud. Sharp, furious pain burst inside him, tearing through his body. His bones healed crooked, and every step was torture. One night, as the sky split with thunder and a furious storm tossed the ship side to side, George saw his chance. He climbed the rail and jumped into the roaring sea. He swam, helplessly flailing in the freezing water for 3 days and 3 nights. When his strength finally gave out, dawn came and the sea was calm. He lay on a piece of driftwood burning in the sun. Soon he saw a narrow strip of land. His leg hurt badly, but he managed to crawl ashore. Eventually, he found a cave. At first, he scratched days into the walls, then weeks. Then he simply sat and stared into the darkness. From pieces of wood, he carved a friend, a rough, crooked figure with empty eyes. He named it Willie. At first, he whispered stories to Willie. Then he began asking for advice. George lived in the cave for 3 years, and then one night, George saw a ship. On its deck stood Peppa and Daddy Pig. George sat on the shore. He screamed, called for help. The ship sailed closer, and then George saw they were not his family. They were their ghosts, and standing on the upper deck was him, the captain.